Hi, my name is Jason Smith. I'm a practicing attorney and I've been using Infusionsoft for a little over a year now. I was inspired to become a certified partner when I saw how Infusionsoft increased my uh, lead generation, lead conversion by about 30%. And I wanted to help other attorneys realize that same growth in their firms. I use Infusionsoft for lead generation, lead conversion, and also for client nurturing or managing my case flow. And so I've built several campaigns that help me do that. The first campaign that I want to show is my leads campaign. My leads campaign, I call my new leads master campaign, is kicked off with the filling out of web forms and or an internal form. I'll tell you that most of the time the internal form here, the call-in lead form, is most oftentimes the form that kicks off this campaign. It is basically adding a contact, and when an individual calls into my firm, we will fill out the lead form, and the lead form then will kick off the campaign. We get the essential information that we need from the client. We have an office in both Georgia and Florida, so we handle several different types of family law cases. We have contested cases and uncontested case tracks. So all these are fields that help us later on when we use decision diamonds. And of course, we have a place for intake notes. We have automatic tags that are applied based on whether it's a existing client or whether it's a new lead. We also have not interested, so that if we're just entering a contact that isn't a client. And then we also have some information about lead source that helps us in that call-in lead form, and it kicks off the family law lead sequence. Within this sequence, we wait 5 minutes in case there's something that we want to change. And of course, then we have the decision diamond. The decision diamond tells us whether it's a Georgia lead or whether it is a Florida lead. Once we go into these lead sequences, they're pretty much identical, but there's some minor tweaking of forms and things of that nature that is Florida specific or Georgia specific. So we'll focus on the Georgia sequence for in the interest of time. So immediately a tag is applied, and that is the tag that we start the family law lead sequence. The lead would then receive a welcome email from me, and that welcome email is customized to include my firm logo, message. We also have a YouTube video that the lead receives. We've got a button here that they can easily click to call us, and we also plug our book, the book that I've written. They also receive a text. I use Picture Funnel as a third-party provider for text messaging. So they receive a welcome text that has information about me, my firm, and a link to a video. They then receive I receive an email then that notifies me that I've received a new lead that has called in, and this is very prominent in my Gmail. So when I'm scrolling through Gmail on my cell phone, I'm able to quickly see that, hey, I've got a new lead. I need to jump on that. A task is then generated that we need to set up a welcome call. So that's assigned to a specific staff member within my firm, and a welcome call is set up. We wait 12 hours, then another email is received that plugs my free book, and there's also an additional video that the potential lead would receive. Some information about my book and things of that nature. Don't have the video on this one, but they do receive a subsequent video one as well. But Obviously, we wait another day, they get an invitation to a newsletter. This is a shock and awe campaign that I don't have set up yet. We want to in the future increase this campaign to include sending out something like a koozie or a gift from the firm. That would be part of our shock and awe campaign. They receive follow up text. We go all the way out. We've got the 7-day follow up call. We continue to stay in contact with the individual 12 days, receiving text messages, phone calls, emails, 22 days, 36 days. So we continue to follow up with our potential leads going all the way out to roughly 106 days. They are receiving a combination of phone calls, emails, and text messages, just letting them know, hey, we are here for you. If you need us, call us. Don't forget about our newsletter. They receive the newsletter via this automated sequence. And so that's basically our call in lead sequence. These are the goals that we are trying to accomplish, which stops the sequence. If they become a client, then they're no longer in the call in lead sequence. If I talk to them and they just aren't interested and don't want us bothering them anymore, I put it in the not interest. I apply the non-interest tag so we can stop these sequences. The existing client sequence. Sometimes we'll enter a client that we had before I started using Infusionsoft into Infusionsoft for purposes of client nurturing. I don't want them being solicited for new business, and so I segment that client by applying the existing client tag so that they don't go through the lead sequences. And then, of course, the can't help sequence or the can't help tag takes a lead out of these sequences because sometimes it's a case that I'm just simply not interested in. And so I can't help them. And all of these stop these sequences. I have a bankruptcy lead sequence that I have not built yet. That is for my bankruptcy practice. And I intend to increase that as I increase my marketing budget for bankruptcy leads. I don't get a lot of those right now, so I haven't built that out. And also have a landing page that we can take them through a sequence here. If they become aware of me through the landing page, and that essentially mimics the Georgia call-in lead sequence with some minor tweaks and things of that nature. So that is my lead generation campaign. And as you see, there are several triggers. Then there's a sequence, a decision diamond that sorts it from Georgia and Florida. And then, of course, the goals are represented by tags, and that's what removes the lead from the sequence. Thank you.